You hear this question all the time, right? Is it really possible to learn a valuable new tech skill in just 1 week? Well, today we're putting that to the test. We're diving into the 7-day SQL challenge. Let's see what it's all about.
So let's just ask it straight up. Can you actually learn SQL, the language that pretty much runs the world's data, in just 7 days? I mean, really?
And the answer is a pretty resounding yes. Now look, let's be real for a second. This doesn't mean you're going to be a senior database architect by next week. But can you grasp the core ideas and start writing useful, practical queries? Absolutely. It's all about building that solid foundation and doing it fast.
Okay, but before we jump into the how, let's take a quick second to talk about the why. Why should you even take on this challenge? What makes SQL so important anyway?
Well, for starters, it is a massively in-demand skill. I mean, companies everywhere, big and small, need people who can speak the language of data. Second, if you're interested in any kind of data role, SQL is the bedrock. It's essential. And finally, here's the best part. The basics are actually pretty easy to learn. Unlike a lot of other languages, SQL is designed to be readable. It almost looks like plain English, which makes it way less intimidating for beginners.
All right, so you're in. Now, how do we actually do it? Well, think of this as your map to mastery. It's a clear, day-by-day plan to take you from zero to feeling confident with SQL in just 1 week.
And the plan is designed to build on itself, logically. We start with the absolute basics on day 1, just understanding how databases are even put together. Then we get into selecting and filtering data on day 2, and sorting it all out on day 3. Midweek, that's when you'll learn to group and join data from different places. And we finish up by learning how to actually change data before putting it all together in a final project. See? Each day is a building block.
So let's break that down a little. These first 3 days, they are all about laying that critical foundation. This is where you learn the core vocabulary of data.
So on day 1, you're just getting familiar with the landscape, tables, rows, and columns. Then on day 2, you're writing your very first select statement to grab some data and using the where clause to find exactly what you're looking for. By day 3, you'll be cleaning up your results, using order by to sort them and limit to see, just the top few. These commands are the absolute workhorses of SQL.
Okay, once you've got those basics locked in, it is time to level up. Days 4 and 5 are where you go from just fetching data to doing some really powerful analysis.
This is where the magic really starts to happen. You'll use what are called aggregate functions to count things, sum up totals, or find the average of something. Then you'll use group by to do these calculations on specific categories. And day 5? Oh, day 5 is huge. You'll learn how to use joins to pull together information from multiple tables at once, which is something you will do all the time in the real world.
And that brings us to the home stretch, the final trial. These last 2 days are all about rounding out your skill set and, most importantly, actually putting everything you've learned into practice.
On day 6, you learn how to actually change the data in the database with commands like insert, update, and delete. And then day 7. That's the grand finale. It's a capstone project where you take a real set of questions and use all your new SQL powers to find the answers. This is the step that really makes it all click.
Now, a plan is great, but let's be realistic. When you're learning something new, it can be tough. You are gonna get stuck. It's inevitable. But what if you had a secret weapon on your journey?
You know that feeling, right? You've been staring at your query for 10 minutes. You know something's wrong, but you just can't see it. It's super frustrating, but it's a totally normal part of learning. So what do you do in that moment?
Well, this is where modern tools can make a huge difference. Think of AI2sql as your personal translator. You just tell it what you want in plain English, and boom, it gives you the perfect SQL code to get it done.
Look how simple this is. You just type what you're thinking, like list all customers from New York, and instantly you get the correct SQL syntax. It's an amazing way to see the correct structure in action. The select, the from, and the where clause, all laid out perfectly.
But here's the key. It's so much more than a cheat sheet. You should see this as a learning companion. Try to write the query yourself first, then use a tool like this to check your work. When you compare your version to the AI's output, you can spot your mistakes in real time and build your confidence way faster.
Okay, so you have the plan and you have a powerful tool to help you along the way. To wrap things up, let's go over a few final essential tips to make sure your 7-day challenge is a massive success.
First up, consistency is everything. Seriously, even just 30 minutes a day makes a huge difference. Second, get your hands dirty. Use real or sample data sets to make the concepts feel tangible.
Third, remember to use AI as a learning companion to understand why the code works, not just as a shortcut to the answer. And finally, you're going to make mistakes. Embrace them. They're actually your best teachers.
So let's circle all the way back to our original question. Can you do this? Yes, you absolutely can. You can tackle the fundamentals, you can feel confident writing basic queries, and you can build a skill that will open so many doors for you. And you can do it all in a single week.
The plan is laid out, the tools are ready, and the path is clear. Your 7-day challenge, it officially starts right now. So the only question left is, what will you discover when you have the power of data at your fingertips?